It's time for Net at Night, episode 151. Amber has the week off. Sarah Lane is here, and we're going to talk to the founders of a new company that makes it easier to make customer support calls. Lucy Phone, next on Net at Night.
Netcasts you love.
From people you trust.
This is TWiT.
Audio bandwidth for Net at Night is provided by AOL Music and Spinner.com, where you can get free MP3s, exclusive interviews, and more. Video bandwidth for Net at Night is provided by Cashfly at CACHEFLY.com. This is Net at Night with Sarah Lane and Leo Laporte, episode 151 for May 12th, 2010. F the Roundabound. Net at Night is brought to you by Go to Assist Express. If you're tired of traveling to fix tech support problems in person, resolve them quickly online with Go to Assist Express. For a free 30-day trial, go to gotoassist.com/night. It's time for Net at Night from Petaluma, California, US of A. I am Leo Laporte.
And from sunny San Francisco for a change, I'm Sarah Lane.
Hey, Sarah, how are you? Good to see you.
Leo, I'm good. Good to see you as well. I think the last time I filled in for Amber MacArthur on Net at Night, who we, of course, miss terribly, as does the audience, was maybe back in March. So it's been a while, a couple months.
It's about time we got you back on.
Yeah, I'll say.
Yeah. And we're hoping to do more with you. And as I think everybody knows by now, we just love Sarah Lane at the TWiT Cottage. And
I love you guys too.
All right,
my little family away from family.
Hoping to work together more. Is Amber? Is she out of town, Dane? Is she traveling? What's she? In travel. She's in transit. She's on assignment.
The last I heard was she said she was in tornado country. I don't know if that means Kansas.
Oh.
That's usually what I think of first.
Well, we have somebody here from Canada. Is tornado country in Canada, is Edmonton Canada, tornado country? The plains, it would be Alberta. The plain. No, he's shaking.
Oh, see,
he says they don't have tornadoes in Canada.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Do they?
So she must be in Iowa. Isn't that where the tornado was?
I don't know.
She must be in,
Not in Kansas, that's for sure.
She's in Kansas City. She's in Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
M.O.
M.O. All right. So we got some guests on in just a little bit. We're going to talk about I Love Lucy. What is it? Lucy.
It's Lucy Phone.
Lucy Phone. What is that?
Well,
Ricky?
what it is a solution to let's say you got to call your bank because you've been a victim of credit card fraud or something.
And who hasn't?
So you call them and you get one of these endless loops of customer service. Press 1 and 2 and star, and you're pressing 0, and then you're on hold for a million years. So what the idea with Lucy Phone is that you use their web interface to dial the number. Lucy Phone is kind of the middleman. So they call you on your phone. You sort of connect it. Then you can just hang up your phone, keep your tab open in your browser, and then once you get a customer service rep, the bank that you wanted to call initially, maybe they're really busy, so it's an hour later, Lucy Phone will call you back so that you don't have to have your phone
or your
really headphones in or anything the whole time. Be on hold. Being on hold is annoying, especially because a lot of the automated systems now will do these like recurring ads. So even if you've got your headphones on and you don't have your phone up to your head, it's still interrupting your thoughts every 5 seconds. It drives me nuts.
We'll be with you in a moment. Meanwhile, would you like a Frosty Freeze?
Exactly.
Yeah, I hate that.
All of our agents are still currently busy.
Screw you!
Fine. I know that. You don't have to tell me that every 30 seconds.
We'll talk to them in just a bit. But speaking of ads, no, I'm not going to do an ad, but I understand that Skype is going to start. Is this true? Introducing ads because they're going to do 5-way video calling. I know. That's very exciting. That should be coming out this week sometime.
Yeah. Are you going to integrate that somehow into...
You know what I thought? If we have 5-way, because we have Skyposaurus, Colleen built this.
Right.
With 4 people, but if I put 5 in each window, I could have 20 people on the show. What do you think?
It'd be like a real Brady Bunch kind of a...
It's pretty out of control. I haven't seen it yet, but I think it's very interesting to have 5 people. It's something we wanted Skype to do for a long time. But the real issue with Skype is that if we could get each of the 5 people in a separate audio channel, but I don't know if we could do that. So yeah. See, the way Skypeosaurus works, not only is it each person has their own instance of Skype, but they each have their own audio channel. So if somebody's like chewing gum, see, it was really I don't think this is Skypeosaurus. I think of it as Dvorakosaurus, because Dvorak would always be typing or chewing gum or on the phone or something, and he'd always be mixed in. I could never get him out. So this really,
I like Skypeosaurus the way it is, especially because it's nice and it's symmetrical.
It is.
You have the 5 that kind of changes things a little bit. Unless you had the 4 and then maybe sort of a main. I don't know.
I guess if they say 5, though, they're including me as one of the 5. So it would really be 4, 4, it'd be 4 within 4. It kind of looked cool to have. It looked like a Sudoku game.
Are you a Sudoku player, by the way?
I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
I used to be really good, and I stopped for a while, and I was on an airplane recently. I thought, I'll play some Sudoku. I'm pretty good at this. And it was like I'd never played before. I mean, you really lose it.
Really?
Yeah. I thought it would be like riding a bike. No. I mean, I stared at like the super, super easy one for hours.
You don't think it's those parasites in your head, do you?
Well, let's not rule that out.
Maybe they ate the Sudoku portion of your brain.
Maybe my Sudoku days are over.
It could
maybe
be.
That is what I had
There's
to
a
give up.
discrete little part of the brain that does Sudoku. Now, if you're going to lose a part of your brain, better that than the ability to say the letter Q or something.
Right.
Because, I mean, you can
remember my mother's birthday or something like that.
No, Sudoku, big deal.
Well, maybe math just isn't my thing anymore. Shoot.
How's the checkbook balancing going?
Not well.
See, I'm starting to worry.
But you know what? It was never good. I was never so good with the whole saving money part of life.
Oh, boy. Tell me about it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, somebody said, you make more money, you don't have you'll have more money. No, that's not true. You make more money, you spend more money. So you have exactly the same amount of money you had before.
You find reasons to spend it on.
You just have more crap.
Right. You have more crap.
Yeah.
You go more places.
Dana Carvey said the only good thing about being rich and famous is you have a bigger bedroom in which to watch TV.
I have a pretty big bedroom now, and I don't have any.
How big do you need it to be? That's it.
Really, I know.
So Skype is going to introduce ads to pay for 5-way calling.
Frankly, I'm pretty surprised that we're just now talking about this.
How would they? Where would these ads be? In the call?
Yeah, I think. I don't know. I assume that it would be like a YouTube overlay ad where you can.
Oh, please! That's going to ruin my network. They say it will be done in a tasteful way.
I know. What is this? A Playboy spread? No, they're going to be tasteful. The ads will be tasteful. They're not going to offend most mothers. Yeah, so I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, obviously, where there are no ads, whenever ads are introduced, people go, ugh.
Well,
ads.
it's going to be more than for me if like I'm talking to you and a thing slides up that says, punch the monkey.
Yeah, that is not only distracting, but that can kind of F with your whole thing.
Yes, it would F with my whole thing.
to put it succinctly.
Yeah, I know what happened. You didn't lose the Sudoku part of your brain. You lost the UCK part of your brain.
Well, I was just being polite.
I know. You were tasteful. You were being tasteful.
I'm an F-bomber, but I choose
I know.
my company. I choose my company wisely.
Hey, you know what this day is, by the way, Sarah Lane? You really probably wouldn't care that much about it, but this is May 11th. You probably wouldn't resonate necessarily with you, but it does with some of us. Do you know what May 11th is?
It's 6 days after Cinco de Mayo.
And you still have a hangover? Is that what you're telling me?
Mild, but yes.
No, May 11th, 1998, ZDTV launched.
Oh! Now, see, I wasn't with you in 1998.
You weren't. You joined us later.
I graduated college that year, and I joined
Jesus,
you a couple
you're kidding.
years after. Oh, come on. I know people who were born in 1985, so don't pretend like I'm young.
98? You graduated from college in 98?
98, baby. San Francisco State University.
So
But yes, May 11th, 1998, ZDTV. How about that?
Yep.
Huh.
And you came in, you were working at Channel 4 when we hired you.
I was working at Cron.
Yep.
In fact, I started at Cron that year on New Media News, which you used to work on.
I did. We just missed each other. We passed like ships in the night.
I know, it's so weird.
It is kind of odd.
And then, yeah, I came when ZDTV was relaunched as Tech TV.
So that was 2001 probably, yeah?
It was 2001, February 01. And that was when the newsroom was, 4 million people were working in the new newsroom, and they were doing 9 hours of programming.
Crazy.
It was going to rival MSNBC.
Crazy. Who would like try to want to be the CNN of tech, to like do 24-hour news about technology?
Well, it was a good idea because everything was still on the up and up.
No, it's still a good idea, I hope. I'm crossing my fingers.
Well, this is a lot different than wannabe CNN.
This is not the same. This is not the same.
That was let's actually make, we'll just emulate everything that everyone else is doing, but we're only talking about sort of one little sector. I say little because in the grand scheme of all news, tech is only part of the news. So yeah, Skype ads, I'm surprised that this hasn't been something that we've had to deal with so far. I understand that they make money when you use your Skype account to call landline.
Yeah, you'd think that'd be enough because, I paid was $100 for a year's worth of calls. Maybe not, though. Maybe they need more.
But, I don't know. I'm surprised that they make...
I hope they're not.
I understand that they make money that way, but it's so easy to install Skype and Skype to Skype. I just,
I hope they're not like pre-roll ads, like, your call is important to us. We'll be right back after this word from Red Bull. That wouldn't be. I wouldn't be. Like, we'll let you talk to Sarah in one moment. But first...
I think I would prefer that than you and I having a phone call and me seeing an ad overlay.
In the middle of it, yeah.
Right?
It's such a great service. It's free. Look, if that happens, there's other choices, and I guess we'd have to look at that.
Yeah.
Now, we talked about... I don't know if you were here when we talked about Blippy. Do you ever use Blippy?
Yes. I did a segment on Blippy when I was working at Current.
I'm a Blippy user.
So,
I like Blippy.
Yeah. My first reaction, my honest to God first reaction was, this is a joke, right?
Who would sign up for such a crazy thing?
All
of your purchases.
There's a social network for everything, but that just seemed ludicrous. I grew up learning that it was...
not good.
It was kind of rude to talk about money.
Right.
Or at least sort of not classy.
Right.
I guess, because I came from such a classy family. But my first reaction was, ugh, Blippy, you're kidding. Then I signed up for it. It turns out that I have, you and a lot of other of my contacts and friends.
I got 8,000 people watching my every move.
Which is crazy. Now, see, I never...
so my iTunes purchases, my Netflix purchases, my American Express card, everything I buy, they see.
Now, see, what provoked you to add your Amex? Because that scares me a little bit because I have a little bit of a shopping problem, and I don't want to admit that to anybody.
Yeah. F if I know. So Zappos, when I buy shoes, the world knows. Netflix, iTunes, Audible, and Amazon, and then my Platinum card. But so no, but I don't. But not all my credit cards. So if I'm going to go on a porn binge, I don't use the American Express card.
Right, and you can selectively choose not to share a certain purchase. I know somebody who had a purchase that, for a variety of reasons, was just something that was not going to maybe reflect that well on him or her.
What did MG buy?
Oh, hey.
I'm sorry, that was mean. Go ahead. We'll blip that out.
Actually, you're not far off.
Did I get? Yeah, I thought so. Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, no, but so Blippy actually, my point is that once I signed up and I got some contacts and I shared some things, I thought, this is actually kind of fun and harmless. And it is sort of a fun window into, especially when people are buying apps from iTunes or music. I've kind of gone, what is this? I'll look this up, and I've gotten some some suggestions that way, kind of in a weird roundabout sort of a way, just watching my friends' habits. It's a neat way to do that. Obviously, there are some security issues.
Yeah, some of the cards leaked out, but I think that's. I think that's.
It sounds like it was a small, isolated incident. It was easy to blow that out of proportion because you're already talking about money, and people go, "See, we told you, Blippy, terrible idea."
They use Yodlee, which is the same back end that Mint uses and the same back end that the banks use. So you're not really giving them any information that these other guys don't already know. So it's
exactly
that doesn't bother me so much. Obviously can't be that bad an idea because now there's a competitor.
Swipely.
Okay, not Blippy, Swipely.
Swipely, like swipe your card. I haven't used Swipely because it's still an invite-only beta,
right? And
nobody has invited me.
They'll invite you. They'll invite you in a minute. You'll get an email in a minute.
Well, they better, because I am important. I have many leather-bound books.
Now, is that the measure of importance? How many leather-bound?
Quotes.
Oh, okay. I'm not really that hip with it. So Swipely, the idea is. The only difference really between this and Blippy is it's opt-in. So initially you'll review everything before it shows up.
Right.
But even the founders admit that they know you're not going to do that for very long.
Right.
Pretty soon.
I like that idea in theory because it keeps you in the driver's seat.
Yeah, but too much trouble.
In a major way. But it's too much interaction. I mean, I think any of us who use. I say social networks just as kind of a blanket term for all these things because, once you start connecting with your friends, I consider it a social network. But any of us who use a variety of social networks know that, if there's anything that you have to do manually, regularly, you're just not going to do it.
Right.
We just don't have time for that anymore.
It's just so they know. Now, there is a difference here because, it's aptly named because they basically swiped Blippy's idea. The only difference is that Swipely doesn't publish the dollar amount, just what you bought. So not how much you spent. Right.
Now, I think that so really we're talking about it's a company, the two companies that do the same thing.
It's the same
and there are a lot of, there's different photo services. Now it's different.
Right.
Let's talk about our purchases.
But they just raised $7.5 million for Swipely.
Right.
From Greylock, who is one of the big investors, the big investor in Revision 3, First Round Capital Index Ventures, Ron Conway, Chris Sacca. These are like big, heavy-duty names in Silicon Valley venture capital.
But, a lot of times I wonder, and, I'm not a venture capitalizer.
F that.
You know what I mean. F that. F the VCs.
I'm not into it, man. I'm not a venturer.
But you figure, okay, so Blippy raises money. Blippy has some buzz. People are using it. It's growing. Are the other folks jumping on Swipely because it's like, well, we didn't get into Blippy, and so this is just it's more of the momentum of the idea of the service, or is Swipely really all that different? For me, I kind of like the idea of not sharing dollar amounts, although I figure it should be up to the user, maybe that's just the way that they're kind of trying to distinguish themselves.
I think that's about the only thing that's distinguishing them. That and Blippy got $11 million in venture funding. So, there's somebody who thinks this is big. You know why the VCs love it is because it's very apparent how you would monetize this. Unlike Twitter, where it's like, well, how do you make money on Twitter? You have to put ads in it. This is easy. In fact, they even on the Swipely come on video, they show an ad. So, Sarah just bought these great shoes at Zappos. Boing! You can get them the same, same shoes for half off.
Like you go to Zappos?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think that it makes the Swipely, Blippy, the whole thing makes certain people uncomfortable because not only have, as I said before, some people have been taught that you don't share dollar amounts of things.
It's ostentatious.
But we're all worried about other people knowing too much about us and somehow exploiting that, credit card fraud, or, you said Colleen got hacked. It happens all the time.
Right.
So we think, the more we share with people, this is something that we're not supposed to do. It's kind of ingrained. And I think other folks kind of go, we're sharing everything with each other anyway. This is just sort of a neat way. It's more of what your friends are. What'd you do all day today? Rather,
do you
than
find it ironic that this is essentially what Facebook Beacon was, and everybody got all upset that because Beacon would show you a picture of Sarah. Sarah just bought this. Maybe you would like it.
Right.
I guess people got upset because Sarah didn't get to give permission for that.
Right. People get really mad at Facebook.
Are you still a Facebook user?
I am, and
Have you thought about discontinuing it?
Okay, so I was listening to you, some of you talk about this on TWiT because I was listening on Sunday.
Yep.
And how, you had mentioned, that then there's the whole fan page and then you lose all access to that. I've got the same problem. I mean, I've got a profile. I made the mistake of adding a bunch of folks to my profile before there were pages. And it messed up the Facebook experience for me because now you have all these strangers adding you to party. There's a party in Illinois. I'm never going to go. I have to say no. It's just a mess. So I'm slowly trying to just politely, and it's going to take me better part of next year, politely write everybody and say, listen, I'm going to remove you from my friends, but here's my page and here's why. And, I'm not trying to be a jerk or anything. But the page, I think it's very valuable. And there still is, as far as kind of, I hate to say fans, but, people liking your stuff and wanting to be connected. I think that Facebook pages work really well. So I don't really have the option, I don't feel like.
I think, if we want to promote ourselves, that's how you have to do it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'd love to delete my Twitter account. Did you see what happened with Twitter yesterday?
Yeah. 0 followers.
Well, it started off because somebody figured out that if you wanted...
You could force people to follow you.
If you wanted Bill Gates or Oprah to follow you, to see your immortal posts, all you had to do was tweet accept at Oprah or accept at Bill Gates, and now they're following you.
I mean, is that just the lamest, most obvious bug in the world?
Stupid.
How's that even?
And I gotta think it's been there for ages. Because it's based on their SMS interface. Because if you only originally Twitter was supposed to be text messages, right? So if you only are using it by SMS, that's how you do it. You say follow Oprah or unfollow Oprah, and so accept it makes sense. It's an SMS command, and it's somehow leaked into the web interface. It's probably been there since day one.
Well, I have to. Well,
the reason the guy discovered it, this Turkish guy. Because apparently there's some crappy death metal band named Accept. That's his story anyway.
There is no crappy death metal band.
Okay.
No such thing. You mean awesome death metal
I'm sorry. Did I say crappy? Oh, that slipped out. They're look at him. He's even got a flying V.
Oh, they've got even a funny cool spelling to their name.
Of course they do. Because they're Sherman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Accept. Look at this guy. Looks like he's 50. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Maybe it's Danzig's new band.
Danzig. Well, they're not. They're out of business now. So, except the band is from Solingen, Germany. They're heavy metal, hard rock, speed metal. But they're at it. They're I guess. Well, maybe they came back now that they're big for Twitter.
So some Turkish guy was trying to get a hold of the band.
He says he wrote accept Pones, but apparently he somehow got an @ in there and started following somebody named Pones.
Got it.
And so he said, and decided to try it again with somebody else.
Wait a second. No, now the Pones person is following him. Isn't that right?
Yes, right.
Okay.
So I don't know. It's kind of a far-fetched story, but maybe it sounded better in Turkish. I don't know. But
well, I think it's, it was kind of like, oh my gosh, this is so rad. I'm going to have the real Shaq follow me. Yeah. And then Twitter goes, no. Everything gets shut down. And then people go, no, he's following me. Oh my God, my life is over. I'll never have a friend again.
You know how I knew? You know how I knew this happened? Because I got all these tweets that said, I have the same number of followers as Leo Laporte.
Yeah.
Is that what? Who are you?
and then it spawned this whole sort of thing of like, followers should be hidden anyway. That makes everybody equal.
Right.
That's how Twitter should be anyway, because people are, they're getting too full of themselves.
Well, they fixed everybody. They fixed Oprah. They fixed Bill Gates, but they didn't fix me. Look, I'm still following 1,459 people I never heard of.
That's too many.
No,
I know some people follow.
No.
I
This was
follow
150 people yesterday or the day before.
Yeah,
But you know what they didn't realize?
They have some.
I could see who every one of them is that did this. Because I just look at...
How?
Can I? It would be people who I'm following that I didn't want to follow, right?
How do you search that?
I think it shows follow. Well, let me see it, but I think it shows followers in chronological order, right? So the 1,300 most recent people following me
Oh, I see what you're
are
saying.
the sons of guns that did this. So I'm going to out them right now.
You can see that. It's a little tricky. You can see that in your little visual. You know, when you go to your account and it shows the little box of the last.
So these are all of you
whatever.
sons of guns, you effers.
But that's not 1,000 of them, and I don't think when you look at the follower list that one is chronological.
Yeah, you. I'm talking to you, Josh Pells, Joseph Silavashi, Joel Renaud. I'm just going to read all of them. You don't mind, do you?
Not at
Paul
all. I've got time.
in Hamburg, Germany. Space Ghost. Space Ghost. I'm not following Space Ghost.
You're a ghost. Who would follow
Who would
you?
follow? Dodge Zombies. Matt Polito of Elgin, Illinois. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Matt. Ted
Illinois.
Canaz, Camarillo, California. Mac Dork. Mac Dork. You think I'd follow somebody named Mac Dork?
You're a dork.
I'm not going to follow you. You didn't fool me.
Dork.
You dork.
We actually probably have a lot in common, Mac Dork. You should follow me.
Shortly after the show, I will do a dramatic reading of the 1,309 people
Dun, dun, dun.
who involuntarily made me follow them. All right, we got some great guests coming up. We're gonna meet I Love Lucy. What is it? It's Lucille Ball.
Lucy phone.
Lucy phone. Is there an Ethel phone?
I don't know.
That would be
There's
good.
Lucy
I want an
cats.
Ethel. Is your cat named Lucy?
One of them is Lucy. Where are you? Maybe she should be part of the segment.
I think we should bring in Lucy. Don't get me meowing. You know about that, right? Have I showed you that?
No.
Don't get me meowing. You'll be
Don't
sorry.
get Leo meowing.
Don't.
Things are
No.
gonna-
No. I got to show you this now that you've started it. Okay.
I won't.
Everybody in the. You know, we got 7 or 8 people in the. I think I told you that in the
Yeah,
audience
it's the International
today.
Brigade.
The International Brigade is here, and they know that once I say that, I'm going to pull out the iPad, and I'm going to bring out the cat piano. And Sarah Lane, you brought this on yourself.
I love it already.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have this. This is.
I don't have an iPad, Leo, remember?
Well, you will when you come to work for us. Hint, hint.
Well. Oh, this is the best thing ever. Why would you think I wouldn't like this? I could really freak my cats out.
Oh, yeah.
This is going to be fun.
That's Asthma Kitty. Fleabag.
Fleabag.
Yeah. Forlorn. You ready for this one here?
Oh.
Is Ozzy, my dog's, is he getting weird? The dog's ears are sticking straight up. It's funny because our cat doesn't do anything. But the dog, this makes Ozzy crazy.
Furious.
He goes,
I don't even know if
there's
I've
1,000 cats in here. There's 1,000 cats in here. Run, Leo, run.
Ferocious.
They're ferocious. They're crazy. They're fur balls. Anyway.
You know, I really ought to be an iPad developer. I tell you what, you only need one dumb idea and you're rolling in it.
This was like 99 cents and I bought it. I mean.
Yeah, but think of, the other million people who bought 99-cent app. It's a lot of money for that developer. Good work. That I meow.
It's called Cat Piano.
Cat piano.
We'll give him a plug. Cat Piano.
I was going to be a little more keyboard cat-esque, but this was second best.
You know, if you spent $620 on an iPad, you could go ahead and spend an extra $1 on Cat Piano. Come on. Yeah. Come on. That's why Sarah and we're planning an iPad show. I really want to do an iPad show with Sarah. All right, we're going to get to our guest in just a second. They're sitting at home going, did we agree to be on this show?
Why are we on this show?
What are we doing on this show?
We're talking about cats.
Oh, I'm
This is not the right show.
Get my agent on the line. We're going to talk about Go to Assist real quick, though, from the folks at Citrix. This is a really great product that we started using on the screensavers many moons ago. Go to Assist Express, though, has been much updated, is incredible. Fast, easy to use with the features that people who do support really love. You'll handle more support requests quicker, more effectively. You'll eliminate travel time and overhead costs. You'll support clients even when they're not there because it's got unattended support. You can try it free for 30 days by going to gotoassist.com/night. Gotoassist.com/night is the website. If you're an IT fella or gal, a software consultant, you know this is what you need. You can see what software is running on the computer, including operating system security software. You could transfer a fix or a patch from your computer to theirs just by drag and drop. So you got malware bytes, you copy it over there, and since you can do 8 sessions at once, you start the malware byte scan on one machine, you go to the next, go to the next, go to the next. They have day passes if you're the family support person. You just want to do one day you get everybody. But if you're doing a lot, you're going to want to get the monthly version. But try it free for 30 days. Go to assist.com. It's from Citrix. You know it's great. 128-bit encrypted, free customer support 24/7. Go to assist.com/night. Your chance to try it absolutely free. And we thank Citrix so much for their support of Net at Night. All right, let me get our guests.
Citrix.
Thank you, Citrix.
Thank you, Citrix. Citrix.
F it. So we're going to get Mike on the line. You got me started.
Please let that be the name of this episode.
It's gonna be what should we call it? F the show? F my life. Do you do the F my life? Have you ever used that iPhone app? Or website?
I tweet FML tweets every so often.
Love FML.
It applies every once in a while. It's just the right thing to say.
I probably shouldn't show it because it's probably not safe for work. This is fmylife.com. Today, an old lady asked me the way to the shopping mall. The shopping mall was not too far away, but I could see that the lady could barely walk. So I offered to drive her there. She smacked my car's door into the pole while getting into my car. She didn't even notice. Oh, that's not so bad.
Come on.
How about this one? Today, I was watching my cousin play tennis. A cute guy walked by, and as I took a look, a tennis ball hit me in the head, and I fell off the bleachers. FML. They all end with FML. My kids love this. Today,
FML is funny.
Trying to avoid being. If you feel bad or you're depressed and bummed, read this, and your life is much better. Today, trying to avoid being stung by a wasp, I managed to punch myself in the eye. Today, I jumped from a 5-meter diving board into a public swimming pool. My top flew off into the water, and my 5-year-old brother swam away with it. I was topless for 10 minutes in the crystal clear water while the lifeguard pretended to get my top back. Today, the first person to wish me happy birthday is my bank's ATM machine. I thought someone else would remember. Nobody did.
Aww.
Ouch.
Ouch.
FML.
Ouch. FML.
FML to you, good sir or madam.
We got Mike and Tom on the line. They are same name. I guess you guys must be related. Are you brothers?
Yes.
Are you twin brothers?
They kind of. They look similar. They look very similar. There they are. There's the brothers together.
You guys could be twins. One's blonde, one's dark.
Yeah.
Twinsies.
Yeah, twinsies.
Hey, guys.
So it's good.
Hi, Lucy Phoners.
I thought you.
What's happening?
Hey, well, tell us about Lucy Phone.
Sure. Lucy Phone is a service that waits on hold for you when you're calling customer service.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
So we don't have to.
So you don't have to.
That's great.
Speaking of FML,
Yeah.
it's the end to FML with regards to
It
customer
is.
service.
With regard to customer service, you're absolutely right. Go ahead, Sarah.
I'm sorry. I need to know why Lucy Phone rather than Mary Phone or Donna Phone, because I have an affinity for the name Lucy. It doesn't really matter
Obvious.
why, but
She's
why
got a
Lucy?
cat named Lucy. It's okay. I'll tell
fine.
you.
I have a cat named Lucy.
Oh, really? Well, we own the domain name. So that's the
good
first reason.
That's a
So
good
that's
reason.
what it is. That's what it is.
Yeah.
I've
It
heard
just kind of
Lucy's
rolls off the
voice,
tongue better than other names.
But do people think of Lucille Ball, or is that so old hat that nobody thinks of that?
No, absolutely. We realized there were a lot of synergies to using the name Lucy Phone. That old phone that was popular.
Right.
Real popular in the 40s, the Western
Right.
Digital Lucy Phone, Western Digital 302 phone, that old dog ear phone. That is, considered one of the older.
Do they call? I mean, is that the official name for that? Is the Lucy phone?
That's called the Lucy phone. If you do a search on eBay, you can find some vintage Lucy phones for
That's
for
cool.
more than you should pay.
That's cool
Yeah.
trivia. I didn't even realize that.
But that wasn't really the original reason we called it Lucy phone. We kind of just liked the name and ended up being, converging with this little factoid about the I Love Lucy phone.
Mike, do I have your CGs right? Are you Mike on the left? Is that right? And Tom,
Flip
flip
them.
it.
You got to
okay.
flip. Yeah,
I
flip it.
I have to tell you, I don't have the technology to flip them, but I can flip you guys.
We'll just point like this. There you go. Yeah, flip us.
See,
There you go.
I could do
there you
that.
go.
See, so I just.
I know, isn't that wild?
I've had people calling me Mike all my life, so I'm used to it.
Yeah, you want it this way. All right. Who's the older? Is Mike the older one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big brother. You're following his footsteps.
Hardly.
like that.
Hardly.
So, are you in different places, or are you both in Richmond?
We are both in Richmond, but given the bandwidth specifications of your Skype knots,
You had to go. The Skype Nazi made you do this.
We are in separate locations.
Yeah, right. Down the hall. You both went to Stanford. Is that
Yes.
right? Yep. Did you get this? Did you get the idea for this as students at Stanford, or?
No.
You know
We got
why?
the idea as very frustrated callers.
Yeah,
As very
life did it
as
to you.
vitriolic callers is was the thing that spawned this idea.
Were you comp sci majors at Stanford at least?
I was.
Okay.
Tom was, yeah.
Yeah.
The reason I ask is because Stanford publishes some of its courseware online. I'm doing it in iTunes U, and I'm doing the iPhone course at Stanford, and I think it's so cool that you can learn iPhone development as if you were a student at Stanford. I think that's really and one of the things they do is the students have to create an app, and they have a gallery online of apps. Obviously, Stanford very fosters this kind of entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, very prolific.
Yeah, it's really neat. So how does Lucy Phone know what's going on?
We have 1 million Lucys in a call center in the Philippines.
No, really? No, really? Is that the case?
No.
Is there a human involved at all?
No.
No.
I love what they've done on the front page. They have angst abounds on Twitter. All the people are bitching about being on hold. You must be searching for on hold, right?
Yeah, on hold with and customer service, a couple of the keywords, but yeah, that's the idea.
And then Lucy, then the tweets about people who are getting help from Lucy Phone, which I think is so cool. It's so cool.
Yeah.
That's really great. This makes me feel both silly, happy, and stupid for not having thought of it myself.
Now, why, Mike and Tom, is B of A? Now, I know Mike, at least you have even worked with B of A. You're probably very familiar with the intricate nature of trying to get somebody on the phone there. I tried 2 different numbers earlier, and each time, company disconnected. What's up with that?
We watched this happen, and we've had plenty of people call B of A successfully before.
Right.
So we're not sure exactly what you did. We don't know. Did you actually go through the process of pressing the prompts in the phone menu, or did you just call and let Lucy do your bidding?
Oh, because Lucy will do that,
Lucy
right?
the reins. Now, granted, if you type in Bank of America, what's actually kind of nice for those who haven't gone to the website yet, if you go to lucyphone.com, you have the option to type in a customer service number, or it already has a lot of larger companies that are already in the database, which is kind of nice. So I just wrote Bank of America, and it has like 3 or 4 numbers. I tried the first 2, so it's not to say that none of them were going to work. But I said, yes, press 1, let Lucy take over. I did my little star, which allows me to then hang up, and I was watching the progress in my browser. But B of A did not want to connect to me, apparently. So
yeah, and that's a reality of kind of the stage we're at. We're at this kind of evangelizing phase of the process, and the reality is that we haven't quite gotten the critical mass where these companies recognize what Lucy Phone is. So
right.
There's still those call center agents that get on and they hear Lucy's message, and they're kind of like either confused or scared to
Oh, I see. So a lot of times it's actually a real human did get
Let's see if we can get these
connected.
guys on the line. Press 1 to be connected.
Right.
Okay, Lucy's
But
going to have me press one. Okay.
Another possibility of what
connecting.
might
Go
happen
ahead and
is,
make whatever selections you want.
you know, if
And
you
as
were
know,
if you were in their phone menu and not every phone menu has the auto fall through where if you don't press anything, you eventually go.
I see.
You know, there's still a handful of even big companies like B of A that if you don't press anything, after 3 minutes or so, you get this message saying, "Are you still there?" And then they hang up. So that might have been what happened. So
do you think companies don't like Lucy Phone? Do you or are like actively trying to make it not work?
No, not
absolutely
at all.
not.
The feedback we've gotten from companies and, you know, in call center agents when we use it ourselves is they love it. They're so excited to have a customer that is right there. They're not
upset
they
by
don't
the time
spend
they talk
30
to
seconds
somebody.
complaining
Right.
and telling them what their exact hold time was. You know, they get to the matters at hand, and you know, it just makes for a better, more happy exchange. So
So really,
we're
I mean,
telling
your biggest-
we're telling companies that they are able to effectively increase hold times. I mean, we're not encouraging them to reduce the staff of their call centers, but you know, the ability to effectively increase hold times but have happier customers. I mean, that's a win-win for the company and the consumer.
Yeah. This is quite cool. Now, how are you going to make money on this thing?
we're not too worried about that.
You sound like Twitter now. I just signed.
No,
By the way,
our business model is pretty solid because we actually have, you know, companies obviously are seeing this. We've had a number of companies reach out to us to find out about what kinds of ways they can actually implement this more formally. We have a virtual queuing solution, which, you know, Lucy Queue is basically the service that we're selling to companies to be able to, you know, we'll put a widget on their contact us page. They'll encourage people to use Lucy Phone to contact them. Not only that, but we can implement different post-dial sequences to actually drill into particular departments that people would want to go to. So, you know, even able to skip then some of that initial stuff.
even Lucy
there
likes
she is.
Lucy
There's
Phone.
Lucy right there.
She's so excited about the service.
They named
She's like,
it after
"Give me
me.
the phone. I've got to call B&A.
They have a mascot.
So when a company is looking at, you know, how to, you know, increase customer satisfaction by adding 12 to 20 bodies versus,
Right.
you know, why don't we use Lucy Q to actually be able to, you know, mitigate or smooth out some of our demand? I mean, that's really what we're doing. These guys are dealing with peaks and valleys, and we are able to kind of make their demand profile be a little smoother. So that's the
So
goal.
it sounds like the hard work off the top is just having to, because, you know, not every company is using the same sort of infrastructure, right? So you got to call them and go, here's what we're doing. Here's how we can help you. Do you understand? Here's how we can work together, and then get them to go, okay, we got it. We're going to train our folks to understand how Lucy Phone works off the bat.
Right.
And then once you got it going, everybody's just happier.
Yeah.
It's that
Exactly,
initial-
and that's one of the. I'm sorry to cut you off there, but that's one of the main advantages of how Lucy Phone was constructed. It's basically a wrapper around the whole you know, phone call experience, so that.
Right.
You know, for this capability, you know, for a company to have this capability, they don't need to do this highly technically risky integration inside their call center. They really just need to be aware that these Lucy Phone calls are going to be coming in, and not to hang up on the voice of Lucy.
So once I get through the phone tree and then get put on hold, I press ***, hang up. And the Lucy Phone calls me back. And so really, sometimes maybe the CSR that is on the other end, does Lucy Phone say, "Oh, you're back. Hold on. I'll get Sarah." Does it say anything or what?
Something like that. Yeah, it's a nice little courteous message encouraging the CSR.
Leo, that's our secret sauce.
Oh, yeah. You'll never know, huh? They say, "I'll give you $100 if you don't hang up right now."
Yeah.
You do make
You're
it
the next big winner.
Yeah, exactly. You make it. I have to say, you make it very easy to sign up. I literally just signed up as we were talking because it supports Facebook Connect, so that was very simple. I didn't have to wait for an email confirming or anything like that. I just clicked through, put my Facebook.
I didn't even sign up.
You can use it without signing up.
Without signing up,
Correct.
yeah.
Oh, that's great. You got get satisfaction feedback, I think, or
User voice.
User voice. Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. That's
Well,
really
and
nice.
What's kind of nice is that you guys have made it very easy for someone like me to alert Bank of America, hey, your call disconnected. I was using Lucy phone. I changed my tweet a little bit from what you had suggested, but it was the same idea. So that's good just for outreach in general. Someone from Bank of America is going to start seeing these Lucy phone tweets from customers saying, I'm trying to get a hold of you and this didn't work. And that only helps them
Right,
realize.
right. We realized that for this to really, take, get to a point where people are aware of it, you need that sort of groundswell from grassroots. So we wanted to enable that from the website directly.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
So is there a chance to monetize with the companies? I mean, if it does make them more efficient, do you think they might use this as a service? Or are you just going to wait till Google comes along and buys it for voice?
No. So working with the companies, it's we're basically doing a setup charge, which is nominal, and then a per minute charge. So,
perfect.
Perfect. Yeah, the idea is that they're able to actually look at value and pay incrementally for the service.
Excellent. That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
It's worth it. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've finally gotten a hold of a customer service person and I am at my wit's end.
Right.
And, I'm trying not to be rude, but I'm upset. I mean, it just happens.
Yeah.
Well, every time a volcano in Iceland spews ash into the air,
can you imagine?
There's major spikes on Twitter about being on hold. Yeah. So we always feel like, we're doing a big service for those people that are out there that, honestly, sometimes we see tweets that, people are waiting on hold for hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. And, those are all moments when Lucy Phone is the perfect thing to solve that problem.
Any plans to do it outside the U.S. internationally?
We definitely want to. We want to take it outside the U.S. Because we've gotten a lot of feedback from people, especially in the U.K., that would love to see this. So we plan to get there eventually.
Also, I did notice on somewhere in the bio area of the Lucy Phone website, you mentioned an iPhone app. But when I looked,
that would be nice.
I wonder if B of A is calling me right now. Well, I just want to answer.
It worked. Lucy Phone works.
You mentioned an iPhone app, but then I did a little search and I couldn't find it. So is that coming or?
It's on its way. Yeah. We're estimating mid-June for the release of the iPhone app. So stay tuned for that. Right around the corner.
I hope you hired a Stanford student to write it.
Hired ourselves.
You're looking at them.
There you go. 2 of them actually. Yeah, that's good. So you did the back end for this? Is it running on Asterisk or what's the telephony solution?
Yeah, Asterisk.
Perfect. And are you hosting it?
You really are a geek, Leo.
I just made that up out of my head. And are you running it hosted, or are you running the servers yourself and doing it all yourself?
We have our own. It's a cloud solution, but we're managing it and operating it.
Great way to do it, I think. This, in fact, really, that's what something like Asterisk and all of these great telephony solutions are going to enable. All sorts of really useful applications like this. Very cool.
Thank you.
LucyPhone.com, free to use. You don't even have to sign up. I didn't know that. I signed up. Do I get any benefit from signing up?
Yeah, you can track your recent calls. We're also working on some personal phone book options, so you can have some quick dials and just more easily get to the numbers you want to get to. So
I called Vonage, and if I press this redial, it will just do it again.
Yeah,
and it'll keep doing it until they finally understand that I don't want them anymore.
Good luck with all that.
Good luck with that is right. Holy cow.
Your daily Vonage call just got easier.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Yeah. The future of Lucy Phone will be, Lucy will just call them automatically every day for you.
Hi, this is Lucy. I'm back. You know that Leo guy?
That's not too far off. I mean, we are looking at there are a lot of different things we can do on the consumer realm that's going to pretty much enable people. A lot of the drudgery of dealing with customer service is something that we can employ, like basic fight a call center with a call center.
Right. Yes, it's our own. That's what it is. It is.
That's that's the goal here. And then especially you get people in moments of the kind of heightened emotion that happens when you're in a frustrating customer service call. You're at your wit's end. You're ready to make a switch, and that's a pretty brilliant time for us to
the rescue.
Enact the customer acquisition model and actually sell you to your competitors. So.
Right. Oh, this is fantastic. I know already in the chat room people are saying, "Thank you. We needed this. It's a great idea." Lucy Phone.
Love Lucy Phone.
I'm going to use it from now on. That's great. Never wait on hold again. I hate that part of
simple solution for a complicated problem or something that seemed complicated before.
Yeah.
These are my favorite.
And what I like is I always kind of thought these phone trees were really companies trying to screw you. Like, oh, we'll make it so hard that they'll just hang up and give up. But I really think that they want to handle this better, that they want to do a better job. So it makes sense that they'd work with companies like you to make it a better experience for customers.
Yeah, they're just saddled with dinosaurs of ancient technology that they're hard to change. So,
well, good luck, you guys. I think this is a great idea.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Leo.
All right. Great to talk to you.
Thanks for coming on.
Take care.
Thanks, Sarah. Thanks, Leo.
LucyPhone.com.
Thanks, guys.
See ya.
Mom and Mike, FTW.
Nothing to do with Sarah's cat.
No, but I suggest, now I'm merely a suggestion, that Lucy could be an excellent mascot. And I would be willing to provide a variety of headshots free of charge if you would like to integrate her into your website. So give me a call and we'll do that. Right, Luce?
Look at this. I looked it up. It is the Western. Oh, sorry, Luce. Didn't mean to interrupt you. The Western Electric 302 phone is called the I Love Lucy phone because that's the phone
that they used on the show.
In the show.
That is so random. I mean, that is really awesome. I love old phones.
Yeah, with that big black rubber Western Electric, and you could pound nails with that thing.
Yeah, I wish I don't know. I wish it was like cool to use an old phone in the house. I don't even have a home line, so it's totally useless. Maybe I should just put one in my...
You're so modern.
Put it in the corner.
Well, you should get what Woz has. Steve Wozniak carries around a Lucy phone with a cell phone guts built in. It's his cell phone.
What?
Yeah.
Isn't that kind of big?
It's Steve.
You need
That's Steve.
Big briefcase?
That's Steve in a nutshell.
Eccentric.
That's kind of just the tip of the iceberg. Just the beginning. Just the little beginning of it.
Smart, if you like that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Smart.
Hey, let's get the video of the week. Actually, I have one and you have one, and mine is also a Star Wars video. Have you seen...
To be fair, my video of the week is actually Amber's video of the week.
Okay.
That she graciously gave to me. But... you go first.
Well, have you seen the Darth Vader, and I played it this morning, and for anybody who's been watching TWiT Live all day, I apologize. The Darth Vader Tom.
It's very funny.
You've seen it.
Instead of it's turn round rather than turn right.
So it's really an ad because Tom, which is I think it's German, isn't it? A German GPS company, but they make, I use a Tom. And one of the things that TomTom distinguishes TomTom from Magellan, Garmin, and these other guys is you can have different voices, celebrity voices, and so forth. In fact, I for a while was using GLaDOS, the crazed robot from Portal, and she'd lie to you. She'd say, "Turn left."
She'd lie to you because that was part of the charm, or because TomTom wasn't working correctly.
No. TomTom was working right, but GLaDOS, because she's an evil robot, would tell you to turn left, and then she'd say things like, "You're here, but the cake is waiting for you in the other room. Go to..."
You know what? I got to be honest with you. The novelty of that would wear off really fast with me.
And then I went to Dennis Hopper.
You need to get where you're going.
Right. So, well, no, but because when she says left, you go right. But then I went to Dennis Hopper, and he was like, he's high. So, he goes, dude. He's
doing the nitrous.
He's going, "Oh, dude, you're here, but why would anyone want to go here, man?" But so you're right. They wear out, and after a while, you go back to the original TomTom voice. But this is Darth Vader. This is actually a video from the recording session of Darth Vader making his TomTom debut.
Okay, welcome. Is there anything I can get you before we start? Glass of water?
You may dispense with the pleasantries.
Okay, great. TomTom, Darth Vader, take one.
They're Dutch.
At the end of the road, turn round.
Okay, I'm going to stop you. The line is at the end of the road, turn right.
That is what I said.
Terrific. So let's just try it again. Tom, voice, Darth Vader, take 2.
At the end of the road, turn round. At the end of the road, turn round.
Let's just go forward. Okay, we're at page 5.
Page 5?
I'm sorry, page 7. We're at page 7.
I don't have a page 7. You have reached your destination.
Is there any way you could breathe a little quieter?
What do you mean quieter? This is how I breathe. Please take the 3rd exit on the Roundabound.
It's Roundabout.
Correct. Roundabound.
You're saying Roundabound. It's Roundabout. Is there any way you can make it sound a little less depressing?
Exit right ahead.
Don't force it. Just make it sound natural.
You should have seen his face when I told him I was his father. I told my son, who did not know that I was his father, that I was his father.
Yeah, and there's a twin sister involved.
Ah. Here it is.
Whoa.
Roundabound. Round-bound.
You know what? Let's move forward. That's fine.
Silence. Roundabound.
It's about being around.
Don't underestimate the power of the dark side.
Isn't that great?
That whole thing is well done. And I know a lot of people don't do a lot of voiceover work. That's what we call it when you're in the audio booth. But Leo, you and I, like that actually does sort of ring true with me.
Been there, done that.
You're not saying, you're saying it. That's not the word. You know what I'm going,
Roundabout.
what do you mean? This is how I talk.
Roundabout. Can you breathe a little less noisily?
Can you, Sarah, can your voice be less grating?
What do you mean?
This is how I talk.
This is how I love it when he tries to do it cheerfully.
That was funny.
Anyway, I thought I'd throw that in as a little extra one. But, that's an example of if you want to do great advertising, you can. They don't have to buy a TV ad for that. That's going to be, we're going to play it. It's going to be have millions of views on YouTube. It's going to go viral just because it's good. It's funny. And it's not a hard sell. All right, so this is our other video of the week. This comes from Amber.
This is our other video.
You want to set this up? Does it need setting up?
Well, it's better if you don't.
Get ready. But before we go, let me just thank you, Sarah Lane, for filling in for Amber MacArthur. It's so nice to see you. We got to get you up here more often. We're big fans of the Lane here at the TWiT Cottage.
And I of the TWiT family.
All right.
Familia.
Because I want to do that iPad show with you.
Me too.
Sarah and I did I mention this? We want to do an iPad show. I really want to do an iPad show. So we'll work on that. We'll work out the details. Meanwhile, find Sarah online at saralane.com. That's her blog, Squarespace blog. Anything else going on that you want to tell the world about? Any plugs?
I don't know. I mean, you guys, if you go to my website, all my links are there. That's kind of the general stuff.
Everything's
I mean,
there.
right now, I guess the short story is I'll be working with TWiT.
Yay. That's good
going
news.
Forward,
First I've heard of that, but I'm happy.
Really excited about.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the news for now.
It's perfect timing because your headset is going out. It must have been exactly an hour that you've been on the show.
I'm a Cylon.
She's Cyloning. Thank you, Sarah Lane. All the best to you. We'll see you really soon, okay?
Okay, Leo.
A short time. Oh, it's got all text. It's all text. Amber wasn't thinking. It's just music.
Oh, I see. The audio folks.
The audio folks are wondering what's going on here.
It's a Star Wars scene. Kick-ass sperm.
What? What did you just say?
Well, I'm just saying what's on the screen.
Kick-ass what?
Sperm.
Okay, so this is taking that last climactic scene.
And a man and a woman love each other.
And then there's the bird. And I don't know how the bee gets involved.
There's a bee.
You know, I never thought of it this way, but you know what? I bet George Lucas knew exactly what he was doing.
What?
When he filmed that final scene of Star Wars Episode 3.
That was 1 in a million.
Remember.
Oh, right. That took me a minute. I was a little slow on the uptake
I think that George knew. Twins.
there. So the whole point for anyone watching or listening to this later who's like, what has gone on? They've gone crazy. It's a cute little spoof on Star Wars.
But this is somebody's actual birth announcement.